welcome. Karen Lyons from the Whitman Wellness Center here presenting to you a chair yoga class this afternoon or this evening or this morning, whenever you're watching this particular video. You're going to make sure that you have a chair today without arms, preferably. If you go on with arms, no, not to worry. I do have a block that we will be using today, and my block is a fairly larger one, okay? So anything that you've got around the house that resembles this, we will be using it. If you don't have a block, if you can grab hold of a belt, it can be your bathrobe tie, it can be a belt, it can be, a piece of rope, anything that's like so, instead of having the block, that would be great. And I have my blanket and my water, and we will begin. So we're just gonna, as I like to do, is ground in. So you want to slide, make sure you slide off your chair about halfway and have your feet firmly planted on the ground. So we're just going to take a moment now. So I just want you to bring your mind to your toes. Maybe lift the toes up, and if you have, slippers or sneakers or shoes on, that's okay. Just go ahead and lift the toes up, and then start to bring the toes down maybe one foot at a time, so that you can actually feel the ball of the foot, and then maybe the heel of the foot, and then the toes, okay? Now in doing that, we start to elongate our spine. So instead of sitting down and rounding down like so, I want you to sit up nice and tall, taking the spine up, take that belly button into the back of the spine, lifting up, getting a nice little extension in the rib cage. And then just soften your shoulders back and down. Good. And we're just going to take a few little rounds of breath here, in through the nose and out through the nose. And again, in through the nose and out. And just notice the quality of your breath, how it's going in and going out. Maybe it's a little short or jagged. Maybe it's a little heated. It is humid out, so perhaps maybe it's a little warm. But just notice that. And we're going to begin with the movement of heaven, what we call heaven and earth, okay? And so we're going to flip the palm of the left hand, and I'll mirror image for you. And then we're going to raise that left hand up to the sky and keep the palm flapped over, so it's like you're holding up the ceiling with your hand. And then take the right hand and press it down to the floor. And again, the palm is facing the floor, the wrists are bent. Now try to get your elbow as straight as possible, close to the ear as you can, and then reaching that arm down. So now we're lengthening in the side body on that left side and pressing down. So heaven and earth. And reach from that armpit. Good. And then we start to bring the hands back down by bending the elbows, and slowly we're going to transition to the other way. This is more little on the lines of Tai Chi or Qigong, and then reaching up and really getting that arm as close to the ear as possible as you reach up and flip the palm for the hands. Now as you're doing this, you're really grounded into the feet. You're grounded into the sits bones. Your knees are nicely angled at a nice 90-degree angle, and we're breathing. We're not holding our breath, and we're not raising our shoulders up by our ears. Good. And then we'll transition again, nice and slow. And again, reaching up, getting that length. And you might find one side's a little bit different than the other. That's generally the way it goes. And then coming down and reaching up. Good. And back down we just want to finish on that other side. So coming down one more time and reaching up. Beautiful. Good. Now taking the other hand to reach it up and meet and greet that right hand, and we'll start to wiggle around, get a little length in that side body. Really reach up all the way, and then we're just going to dip down over to the right, starting to really open up through that side body even more now. So we're deepening that stretch even further. And here you want to make sure to keep the chin up away from the chest, and then draw that left elbow back towards the left ear if you can. And breathe. Don't stop breathing here. We always have that tendency. We want to hold our breath. Don't hold your breath. And then come right on up, nice and straight. Again, maybe wiggle around a little bit, and then come on over and dip down to the other side. Same thing. Draw that right shoulder back a little bit, reaching through the wrists, reaching through that pointer finger, and exhaling and inhaling, inhaling and exhaling. Come on back up. Good. And then exhale the hands down wide. Good. And then draw the arms back. So now we're really drawing our arms, really opening up through the shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Really feel that opening in the chest. Good. And then we're going to tuck and curl now. So bring the hands in towards your chest. Tuck your chin down towards the chest. And then open up. So we're doing now, we're not only working the shoulders and the side body, but we're also now working that lower spine, that lumbar spine, starting to bring some movement into it as we rock up and over the sits bones, reaching, reaching, reaching. Good. And then bringing it in, tuck and roll, and then coming out. Good. And then just each time you do this, see if you can't kind of squeeze those shoulder blades together a little bit more. The more movement we bring in, the better it is. And then coming in and opening up and coming in. Now what we're going to do is bring some movement in. This time grab hold of that left knee and tuck that in. And then open up. And then the right knee, tuck that in. Open up. Now see if you can't tuck it in a little bit further and a little bit higher. Maybe you take the nose to the knee. And then nose to knee. Maybe bring that forehead to knee. And open. And forehead to knee. Good. And open. Great. And then from here, we're just going to open up our legs just a little bit, or widen our stance rather. Open them. And then look down. Maybe the heels are in line with the legs of the chair. We're going to reach our arms out to the right, and we're going to lean to the right. So now we're off the cheekbone on the left, and we're really leaning on that right. And then we're just going to rotate over to the other side. And then back. So kind of think of a hula dancer. You see those little hula dancers in the dollar store. They had them earlier. Hula dances. So cute. And then coming back and forth, reaching. And now get that foot up. So now the knee comes up with it. Reach and reach. Bringing in more movement. A little faster. Starting to work the cardio very gently, and then bringing the arms up. Good. A couple more times, just keep doing, going up back and forth, and raising that knee. Good. And then out and in. Getting the arms involved, getting a little cardio, and then maybe start to march a little bit. So we're just building up our heart rate just ever so gently. We're not going, crazy here. We're just getting that heart rate up a little bit so that it starts to burn all of the negative energy out of our bodies. So So now start to get the shoulders into it a little bit more, like you're really marching with conviction here. Good. And then out to the side. Good. Back and forth, out in time. A little disco flare maybe. Good. And then start to just bring it to a stillness. Take those arms up. Scoop up that energy you just created up over your head and bring it down into heart center. Beautiful. So we'll do that a few times. So inhaling it up. Bringing and drawing that energy down. And again, inhaling it up. Bringing and drawing the energy down. Beautiful. So take the left knee in your hand and give it a squeeze again. Maybe roll the ankle around a little bit. And we're going to place that ankle right on top of the knee on the right side. Now what I want you to do is take your left hand, slide it down and see if you can't grab hold of the toes on that left foot. My right hand's on that ankle. And I'm just going to lift up here and really start to just feel the energy. This is a great posture. And if you can't quite grab hold of your foot, you can certainly take your belt around that toe and hold like so, okay? For those that can reach their toes, or your ankle or your foot, wherever, the idea is to try to keep that arm as straight as possible. We're lifting up, squaring not only through the hips, but also through the shoulders, and really grounding into that right foot. So the right foot that's on the floor, you really want to ground into it. So engage your quadricep here on that right side to help you lift up and out. And just start to notice the breath coming in and the breath going out. Nice and easy and gentle. Good. Alrighty, so now from here, we're going to cross that leg. Actually, let's take a twist first. So we're going to come over here. We're going to slide the hand up. I'm going to take my left hand, grab hold of the back edge of that chair, and take a nice twist here first. And breathing. Good. Now from here, let that knee slide down and cross all the way, and then see if you can't deepen your twist a little bit. You might hear a couple of little crack, crack, pop, pops. Lifting up, don't sink into it. Really lift and engage. Let the crown of the head go right up to the ceiling. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. Good. And then we're going to unwind, and as we unwind, we're going to take this leg out to the side. We're going to open up and find our Virabhadrasana 2. So here we want to have square hips. Now this is where having no arms on the chair comes into play. But if you have a chair with arms, you can probably bring your legs out to one side, like so, okay? You just won't get that full range of motion because the chair arms are going to keep you from doing that. So we've got our hips squared here. Then take your hands on your hips and just reach the arms out so that the palms are facing one another. And then you're going to open up and then drop the palms down towards the floor, and then take your gaze over the fingertips of that right hand. Draw your belly buttons in and feel this powerful Warrior 2 posture, Virabhadrasana 2. So we really start to soften through the shoulders, and we're creating this beautiful stillness in our bodies. Not only in our bodies, but in our minds and our souls as well. Cultivating strength within, okay? Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to bend that elbow onto that thigh and then reach the arm up over the head, getting some beautiful length here. Keep that chin up away from the chest and really feel that nice lengthening in that whole left side of the body. Now here, from here, take a breath in, let it out. On the next inhalation, we're gonna really lengthen, stretch it out a little bit further, and then we're gonna start windmilling all the way down and around. Arm comes up, legs come together, and arm comes up, hands come down to heart center. Beautiful. Let's try that on the other side. So, taking the right knee in, giving a nice little squeeze, maybe loosening up that ankle a little bit. Placing that knee or ankle on top of the knee on that left side. Now, again, ground your feet in. So really feel that motion of the feet right into that floor to help lift up, soften through the shoulder blades. Good. And then we're going to take that hold. So this time the right hand comes down on top of the toes and that left hand stays right on the ankle, and you lift up, soften your shoulders, and just take a few nice deep breaths in. This posture actually works the nervous system. It works the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. It balances them out. Just by holding onto your toes in this manner, keeping the limb on the arm nice and straight so the energy can flow up your meridian lines. Good. And then from here, what we did was we took a twist. So now we just take that left hand onto the right kneecap and then take the right hand to the back of the chair somewhere to assist in the twist. Okay, so you want to lift up and really start to twist around. And slide that foot down and around, crossing at the ankle or the knees, and you can lift up here and really get the twist in. So really ignite that twist. All right, are you ready for that Virabhadrasana 2? We're going to come and we're going to unwind. We're going to take that leg out to the side. And again, do the best you can, and then the left leg opens up. So my left knee is really pointing towards the left. My left foot is in that same angle. Everything's going this way. And then my right is out to the side as best I can. And again, if you need to bring it out to the front like so, you can do that as well. The idea here is to get the hips squared. You want that nice squaring in the hips to open up the sacrum. And then once the sacrum is open, we can then just find our way, or find our length rather, in our spine. So we're looking over those fingertips, and we're breathing. Good. Creating strength and stability, stillness, tranquility, vitality, all of that, just in this one posture. Beautiful. Bending at the elbow, we'll take that into that angle pose. So just take the arm up as far as you can, and remember, if you have any shoulder issues, you can leave your fingertips on top of your shoulder, or you don't even have to bring your hand up. You can kind of slide it into your pocket, either a side pocket if you have, pretend side pocket, or even on your back, okay? So you do you, reaching up, getting that length, taking some nice breath in here through the nose, and exhale, and again, inhaling, and exhaling. And here we go, we're going to windmill down now, so windmill all the way down and around. And then coming all the way up, bringing the hands together. Good, and then coming down. Beautiful. All right, so inhaling it up. And then exhale, the hands come down. We want to take our feet out a little bit at an angle, leaning off, finding our goddess posture. And we're going to twist to one side and come back, and then twist to another side, and then just keep going, twisting back and forth. Good. Keeping those calves cactus arms. Good. And then reach those arms back. Bring the palms and the feet together, hands at your heart center. Glorious. All right, so here, you take a nice inhale up. Exhale the hands down to heart center. 2 more sun breaths. Inhale up. Exhale down. 1 more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Beautiful. I'm going to turn now to that left side. I'm going to bring my foot all the way over. So if you have a chair with arms, you can just go back to that Virabhadrasana 2 while we take Virabhadrasana 1. So we're leaning back here. So I've got my whole leg across that chair. And I'm looking directly over to the left. I'm using my left hand on the back of the chair for some guidance and stability. And I'm just going to lean into this posture. Taking breath in, taking breath out. Take that arm up. And then if you feel safe and secure, you can take the other arm up as well. Reaching here. And let's take those goddess arms back. So now we're in goddess arms or cactus arms. Good. Reaching. And then see if you can't lift up a little bit more. Maybe draw the gaze up a little bit towards the ceiling. Good. And then start to slide back and around again. Bringing hands together and exhaling down. Good. 2 more sun breaths. Inhale up and down. 1 more. Inhale up and down. And now we'll take that posture to the right. So here we go. So right foot slides over. Left foot comes all the way back. Good. And again, it's a squaring of the hips. So you want to be looking over that right side of that chair. Holding on, and then again, raising one arm up. And then if you feel safe and secure, you go ahead and raise the other one up. Again, this is another warrior posture where we're creating and cultivating that strength and stability within, that peaceful warrior, that stillness. Taking it into goddess arms on this side. And then we're going to lift up and just take the chest up towards the ceiling, just ever so gently, just to open up through the heart, open up through the front of the body. Good. And then slowly and gently, we bring the body around to the front, elbows together, and exhale down. Great. All right, our block. So let's grab our block. And what we're going to do for this is we're just going to work our shoulders a little bit. We warmed them up earlier, and now we're just going to kind of work with the block. So you're going to hold the block out like so, right in front of you. Okay? And then we're just going to move it over to one side, and then come back, and then over the other side. And come back. And again, if you don't have a block, you can grab that belt and just hold on to the belt, keeping your shoulder or your hands shoulder distance apart from one another. But we're just moving and twisting and going back and forth. Good. And then we're going to raise the elbows up. The arms reach up, getting that length, and then it comes down. And then we go up. And it comes down. Really try to keep those arms as straight as possible. I know sometimes one is a little bit more crankier than the other, a little harder to do. Good, and then come out. And then can you start to maybe make figure eights with the block? Back and forth. We're gonna go one way, and then we're gonna have a little challenge here. We are going to stop and then try and go the other way. Maybe that didn't work, I don't know. Beautiful. then bringing the block on top of your lap, maybe the long way or this way. And if you don't have a block, maybe grab hold of a blanket. Have a blanket available. You could take and roll it up like so, okay? On your lap. So we're just gonna reach up and we're gonna exhale the hands down. And as we come down, we're gonna bring our chin down to that block. So if you need to bring the block up, go ahead. Chin or forehead comes down on the block. Okay. And just breathe here. And then coming up. Exhale, and then again, swan dive down. Find that connection of the forehead or the chin on top of the block. However you need your block. Again, you might need to build it up, or again, you might be using a blanket. And then come up. Hands come down to heart center. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to take it now and take the block right between our legs, like so. And we're just going to start to really think about squeezing the block in with your feet and your ankles. So just kind of containing the energy in and then releasing and then containing the energy in, really squeezing. You know, you can work in those quadriceps and then releasing and again, squeezing in and releasing. Beautiful. Bring the block up to your calf. And we'll do the same thing. Position your feet so it's nice and stable. And then squeeze, release, squeeze, and release. And one more time, squeeze and release. And then last time here, right between the thighs. I like to do it the shorter way. So, and then again, squeezing everything in. Release, squeeze everything in, include your cheekbones, and release, and squeeze in, and release. Beautiful. Taking our block, placing it down, we'll take a couple of sun salutations to warm, or I should say to cool the body down now. So inhaling it up. Exhaling, hands come down through our side. We're going to slide the hands all the way down to our ankles. We'll take a little half lift here with the head, the crown of the head, and then exhale down. Tuck chin in towards chest as you roll it on up. Taking the arms with you, looking up towards the ceiling at the palms of the hands, and then bringing the hands back down to your heart center. Beautiful. Let's do two more of those. Inhaling it up. Exhaling back down, finding your thighs, sliding everything down, nice and slow and gentle. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling. Tuck chin in towards chest and rolling it on up. Bring those arms up with you. Beautiful. Looking up. Exhaling through center, and one more, inhaling it up, taking the breath with you now. Exhale, those hands come down to the thighs and then slide them down. Taking that half lift, forward fold, tuck chin in towards chest, coming all the way up, and hands come to heart center. Beautiful. And then just take a moment here, bringing the palms of the hands together at your heart shelf. Maybe take yourself back into the chair a little bit further so that you can relax. Lifting up, finding a little bit of stillness, a little bit of shavasana, a little moment for yourselves. So I like to place my hands now down onto my lap. You can do Dhyana Mudra with the thumb and the forefinger comes together. The other three remain open. The palm remains open. We're open to receive the love and the light and the healing energy that we actually just created for ourselves. So just take this moment for yourself now. Take it as long as you like. Taking the breath in and out through the nose, finding that stillness. Finding that moment, maybe softening your gaze or softening the eyelids so that they look down towards the tip of your nose or behind the cheekbones on your face. And I'd like to leave you here now and drawing our hands together at our heart shelf if you'd like. Or you can stay in that beautiful meditative posture for as long as you like. And I want to wish you a loving, tranquil afternoon, day, evening, whatever it may be for you. And remember that the love and the light that you continue to shine upon me is that same love and light that I shine on you. We raise our thumbs to our third eye, elbows together, and bow in gratitude towards one another and say Namaste. Thank you all, and I hope to see you again.